All right, so seems like streaming started. All right, perfect. Give me just a second.
Hey, stock operator.
Hey, how's it going? How are you, Naveen? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Give me just a second, guys. I'm trying to start this live thing streaming on YouTube.
Hey guys, can anyone hear me or is it on my end?
We can hear you.
On my end.
We can hear you. All right, almost done, guys. All right. Here we go. All right, so how's everybody doing? Good, good, good. All right. No respond. I guess everybody's doing well. All right, so
Didn't want to interrupt you.
all right, so guys, let's jump in the market and see what really happened last week and kind of look forward. Look forward and see what kind of we're gonna expect for next week. So let me bring Finviz. Look at the market charts. So might take a few seconds to get a clear picture for you. IVM, Qs, SPY, right? Three main indices we're watching. So IVM still kind of sitting on a low. The SPY so far looks the most strongest from all those three. As you can see, tech barely making a move here back to 320. So I think Q is gonna have some problems because of the prior resistance and just in general how we moved last year. I think still it needs to settle down and maybe even go back down and test 300 or maybe even lower. As you can see, 300 is on the way. It's going to be a really nice double test, maybe even make another shakeout, fake move down to 290s. So that's what I'm looking at on Qs. For SPY, it's slightly playing its own game. As you can see, almost going back and retesting that high. Weekly also very strong, as you can see on the weekly chart. IVM had a massive run. So I think it also got a little bit chill out and before we'll start moving and making new highs. So in terms of sectors for SAP SPY, right? XLB, as you can see, material is really strong, making a new high. Then you got XLI, industrials, almost making a new high here. Then we have XLRE, the real estate, very strong. XLP, consumer staples, has been just killing it. Look at this, from this bounce from 63s to 68s, very strong bounce. Some other interesting kind of strong sectors I've been watching, it's energy. We might start crawling back and test some prior levels. Utilities surprisingly looking kind of strong, which is from some people I heard on forums considered to be a really bearish indicator for the market. When utilities go up, we might see some sort of a market sell-off. So, but you know, it can be like 2-3 months down the road. You never know, right? So what else is interesting? So XLC communication services been kind of weak. If the market bounces, you can see this one actually end up closing negative 1% down. This was only one negative ETF on Friday, 1% down. Something to be aware. All right, so I already prepared the list of stocks I like. I share on Twitter, so we're gonna go and look at those names, and then I see that Naveen already brought some names to the list, and then GTA posted some names later. So let's start from my list first. So as you can see, weekly focus list. This is some sectors I picked. So we have communication, a few names I'm looking at: Baidu, TME, Diska, Momo is there. Momo looks very interesting. I'll show you in a moment. But Baidu, Diska, TME been in play last week. Crazy sell-off, so especially on TME and Diska. So consumer discretionary, a pretty decent list here, as you can see. That's what I'm watching here. A lot of interesting names also been selling. Consumer staples, 2 names: Procter & Gamble, Walmart. Energy, I'm focusing on one, XOM. Financials, only one for now. I've been trying to trade Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all of that. So kind of like the Futu, the way it looks. Healthcare, PFE, but there's other names as well you can pick. I think J&J also look interesting. So industrials, pretty decent list here. RTX, one of my favorite aerospace. UPWK looking really strong. So, but we'll jump in a moment in details. All right, informational technology, pretty long list here, guys. Semis, as you can see, TSM, AMD, Solars, FSLR, SPWR looking good. Snowflake, this one I posted on Twitter. The idea from the last week swing list, you could make 27R. If it's still gonna go tomorrow to our target, I think it's 240s. You could be making 27R. Just crazy. And one name I'm watching, X from Materials. I'm already in this name, by the way, and Oracle. Those 2 swings from Friday. All right, so let's jump in our charts and do name by name. I'm gonna explain to you why I'm watching, what levels, the idea behind, and stuff like that. So ARRY. This one, it's a relatively fresh IPO. I had two earnings so far, right? Too soon to say which way we going, but I'm watching this for clearance of this initial IPO low. I want to see that we start going above this area, right? Above 29s. It was on a short list last week. As you can see, it broke this level very clean, and now rejecting on a test. You know, like support becomes resistance. This is the case. So what we want to see reverse, or at least test. Maybe it's still going to be a short. So watching this 29 for now. Let me see my notes. So ARRY, yeah, watching above 29.05 initial IPO low. So RBLX. This one is also, let me change this to a daily. This one is also fresh IPO. Look at this, how clean it played the levels. Initial low of IPO, and then we kind of had this consolidation where we had a breakdown, the test. Now we're breaking above this area. So as you can see, we cleared 1, 2, 3 levels. So it's, you don't want to be a chaser here, right? Chasing and buying it. You have room to run for sure, right? All the way back to 77, 80s to the highs. But I want to see a little bit of kind of consolidation here on this name. GM on watch reaction of 57. Strong move, nice consolidation here, right? What is this? Almost 2 months of consolidation, right? Yeah, it's about 2 months. So we had a breakout. We trapped some people here. Closed at 60, open at 60, trapped people on the long side here, and then pretty much unable to close to make a higher level. Broke this 57 important level. Tested twice right here, rejected. I played short on this day. As you see, it actually worked, but then we're coming back to 57. I think it still has a lot of relative strength on this name. So I'm watching above 57 for a long setup. Palantir, the reason I'm watching this because, whoa, what happened? Guys, I don't know what happened, but I gotta restart this thing. For some reason it crashed. So while I am restarting Palantir, the reason I'm watching that one is because I'm in already. It's a longer term investment to me, and I added a couple hundred shares last Friday. So yeah, we'll see which way we're gonna go on this one. 24 is important level. We really gotta break that 24, and then I'm watching for 27 breakout. After that, I think we have all chances to go clear the window. 31's right here. The whole time here for me, ideally, it's until April 14th, which is like 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. April 14th, they have a demo day when they do presentation. Last time we ran into the demo day, right here, and then the earnings coming on May 4th on this name. So GMIA, looking for the bounce here. We came back to the prior levels. As you can see, we bounced 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So 32, 35 is a key level. As you can see, we have a little bit of channel building here, right, from the prior levels. So technically we can play. We're still at the bottom of the channel. Risk to reward here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, right, 1, 2, 3 approximately. The plan, just see the reaction. We might start going higher, right, gap up at the open. So we really got to clear these levels, 36, I would say, in order for us to continue to go higher. You either grab at the low or you play the breakout. Depends how the market gonna be opening. So Walmart is my favorite stock. It's on watch list already for 2 weeks. So if you go to the playbook section, I think it's the playbook section. Yeah, on Discord, playbook setups in education. I post there some ideas, and Walmart was posted there twice. You can read my thoughts about this. So very clean levels. 130 bounce, now 132 hold, closing on a high. I think we have more room to run. The question is, where are we going? We're going to 140 or 145, or maybe even gonna go to the higher levels where we came from, 155s. So I do like this name no matter what. Ideally, you want to be at 130 or 132 adding. Now, I want to mitigate my stop, and probably I will be risking 133s. Maybe start from 132, then mitigate to 133 for continuation or move up. All right, MVIS. I am just watching this. This is a very clean defined level. We kind of holding this level right now. As you can see, limit player hold. This is what I call limit player hold. There is a strong player on this game, on this name, right? Used to be support, now it's resistance. So I want to see the reaction around 14. We is it gonna fade from that area? We can grab a nice short, especially if the market gonna be selling off. This could be a nice short dump all the way back to, you know, to 8s, maybe 10 on the way. Jivo, I tried to play this for the short setup. Is that what I did? I think I played short setup on this one on Thursday, I think, after this rejection. Oh yeah, right here. I played on Thursday after rejection. You see, we kind of confirmed this level from the past. Right here on hourly, you can see around 827s. But it's not enough. It's not enough confirmation. You want to see the rejection like here building. Now this actually 825s, 827s becomes support. We rejected here, a bounce immediately, V reversal tested. So now I think another tester coming in here. We might go back and test the top of the channel. This could be a really nice risk to reward. One of the best on my watch list. As you can see, you can risk 822s, 820s, 850 longs, somewhere in this range, and all the way target back to 1084s. All right, Ford, I'm looking for the long setup. Same thing, right? We broke this level, shake out some people here, shake out another time. It had some negative news that with the shortages of semis, right, chips, they were closing some factories. So anyway, I do like this for the relative strength. We broke this area, tested, shake out many times. Again, now bounce of 50-day moving average above, kind of tested but rejected 5 and 20. So let's see if it starts curling up and breaking 1250s here. TSM on watch, we back inside the channel. As you can see, we didn't spend a lot of time. 1, 2, 3 days below the level. I still want to see confirmation and bounce on 114s. Oracle already in. This is one of my favorite playbooks, guys. I'm teaching this in the swing section, in the boot camp as well. Who's in the room right now? Naveen knows this setup. I taught him this play. This is the sell-off after the earnings, right? We have a window. The earnings were actually pretty good, right? The reason sometimes they sell because the run-up was decent, right? People just run before the earnings and sell the news, take the profit and build the position again. So you got reversal, consolidation, consolidation, reversal, right? Stock consolidated, didn't make a like Walmart. The difference between this and Walmart actually was selling for quite some times, and you got to be catching this, finding the reversal tune here. So Oracle did consolidation, very tight consolidation, shorter period of time, and very clean defined level, especially on hourly. As you can see, 68s. You can see we came to 68s here. On Thursday, we broke. So if you miss trading on Thursday, it's okay. I took it on Friday. The reason is because you breaking 68s, coming and testing twice. We're not spending a lot of time this time, under 68s and closing very strong. So your risk to reward here is actually pretty decent. We inside the window, room to run, target 72, stop 68, entry 68. I think 68.50 was entry inside this range. Yeah, right here on this candle, 68.70, 78 cents risk, target 72. What are we talking about? 5-6 hour play. I think we still have room to run. Watch to 72. If we come to 72, that means we ate all this news, negativity kind of, right? We might consolidate between 72 and 73s and continue to go higher. That's what I'm watching. X already in play. This was really nice. I think we can continue. Still been hot, guys, lately. Still been really hot. So what do we have here? We have a bounce here of 2160s, and as you can see, very confirmed level. Very, very nice level, 2160. So it's actually worth playing it, maybe adding more. If we're gonna have a shakeout in the morning or gap up and shakeout. So first of all, I will be a seller on Monday of Oracle and X. The reason is prior market conditions. Every gap up we have overnight, we have this type of a sentiment right now, selling. You got to be a seller. Take at least some profits, because we've seen whipsaw price action. What's a whipsaw? One green day, the next day red day, all the way back to the prior day lows. I don't want to put myself in that type of situation. So I'm a seller of some of my shares. So if we're gonna go back down to 22.5 to 22s, I'm gonna be a deep buyer here again on X and trying to play this a third day runner all the way back to the highs. AMD, I think it's a potential debuy opportunity. Kind of weak, I know, but we might play this channel all the way to 85s from 77s, risking 75s. Kind of like this bounce. WHR, strong name, guys. WHR. Look at this all-time high. I think everybody's buying freezers right now. I don't know, but very clean channel. We just kind of tested. Very nice consolidation at 221s, breakout, closing on a high. Potential continuation on this name. Pfizer. Just enter back to this channel we broke, right? So what you really want to see, the price action and clean levels. So as you can see, Pfizer consolidated right here January, and we faded from that area, right? We came back and tested this area so many times. There's definitely a limit player was sitting, holding there, not letting it to go higher. As you can see, multiple attempts. Finally, we break in on a volume spike here, right? Confirming the last short seller covering their position. So what we want to see right now, hold above 36, and we can play long of 36 stop, right? Stop below 36, play all the way back to 37.60s. Risk to reward could be 1 to 10 or even higher. So people been fighting this name, guys. ARK Investment bought it, right? Do you know when did she buy this? She bought it right here at 127. So and people keep buying it, like thinking they have a tolerance, the same risk tolerance like ARK Investment. The time frame is 5 years. Well, finally, it came to 90s, 100s, double bottom. Volume kind of spiked on this day. I do like this of the lows all the way back to 114s and maybe even higher push. This could be a very nice kind of payout. Look at this clean level, rejection. Now it becomes support. So probably risk 92, 91, and all the way back to the highs 114. And this kind of names like Unity Software, right? Had a pretty nice run and sell. Same with PLTR, same with like Walmart. They made a nice run and now chilling back down and offering very, very good low price buys. That's why I like them. All right, SPWR and FSLR. Solar been hot last week, so let's look at SPWR. Kind of trend line, right? Nice consolidation for 1 month. 1 month consolidation. Volume slightly spiked of $30. I want to see what we're gonna do in this area, how we're gonna react. Not my favorite. My favorite is actually FSLR because we entering above this area where we kind of rejected in the past, right? We rejected here. First of all, a lot of consolidation was done right there. Bounce, consolidation, poke down above, faking move, faking, you know, to the upside right here, and then selling from this area. Testing, testing, testing. Finally, and last test and closing above this area. We have room to run. Don't worry about the moving average. It's like a secondary indicator. The price action and levels, that's what's really makes sense. Where am I want to play this? All the way back to 98. The risk reward here is very, very nice. All right, workday. I'm just watching this because it's so clean. 240 freeze. I want to keep watching this on workday. So much relative strength on this name. Fuel cell. We have a clean level. Support, resistance, again support, support, fell below. So 1380 freeze, falling below this level right now. But let's see if we can actually clear back and start, you know, moving above this area, or reject and we can build a short position. So it's a two-way scenario on this one. Ozone. We played already this when it was initial IPO. This like 3-day run was amazing. Now $50, whole number, big number, right? As you can see, coming back and testing, building higher lows, higher low, higher low, above 51.30, above 52 level clearance, very clean level again, rejecting here, bouncing here, consolidating, penetrating lower, and then, you know, stopping volume. Look at this, buyers coming in of 50, 57s and just very strong close. So I would put my stop probably if I play this 50-50s from the prior day 5-minute action. Right, XOM, oil strong, closing on a high. Well, I guess we already kind of, doing this W. Very clean levels established here again. Closing strong, right on a high, cup and handle. Breakout and continuation, the situation with the oil shortages and stuff like that in Egypt. Channel is still blocked. The most expensive traffic. Well, we'll see. UPWK. This one can move, I think. Same thing like on SPWR. Downtrend move. Nice bounce here of 41, 42s. As you can see, we had a level, nice consolidation, rejection, coming back and testing. Again, and closing above. So it's too soon to say. It's not my main name to watch, but more of a secondary. I want to see this trend line break, but mainly the price action. How are we going to react above 44s? How are we going to respect those levels? All right, a few EVs I'm watching. XPEV, clean level from the past 3 days. As you can see, we consolidated here, faded, tested, broke pre-market, faded pre-market, tested again. Look at this. This is precision. $33, and it's easy to play. You don't need any VWAP, moving averages. You don't need anything. No J lines, nothing. You just play support and resistance. As an example, right? People use it. That's fine. As an example, you can just play the levels like this and see the price action, and it's not that hard actually. So for NEO reaction of what's my plan? I mean, for XPEV, around 33, looking for reaction, both directions here. NEO, we did bounce of 34.76. So it was a nice level from here. That's where we made a new low stop. And recent bounce, we had it from this area. Kind of penetrated below. Again, it's too soon to say if it's going to be respected, like 35, 34 level. I want to see more consolidation, but if the momentum will start carry over, because this is buying at the low, right? If you want to play this channel from 34s to 46, this is a very nice risk to reward. So I don't mind putting some money to work, maybe risking 34, buying breakout of this consolidation, 36, maybe a little bit earlier, and running all the way to 46 if we get lucky. EBIX. EBIX, nice sell-off. Now we're inside the channel consolidating. Too soon to say. We gotta test some levels like 33, right? Gotta go above 33, close at 33. Show strength so far, building lower highs. Again, too soon to say on this one, right? Kind of downtrending move. Snowflake, this one, amazing. So I want to show you live explanation why you could make so much money on this play, and this worth watching for continuation. All right, initial kind of low, I would say it was around 212.90 bounce there, right? It went lower to 207, I think. So, but the recent level, 212.90, 212.20 right here. And we bounced from this area. Nice volume came in. This is selling climax, spring. Spring usually a good entry to buy. As you can see, you would buy here, give it a wider stop with some room. You would technically still could be sitting after buying on this day and aiding maybe some lower levels. Stopping volume so far, and sell off really nice from the high, right? So we see some white days showing up here and there, especially the last 2 days. So this is defined level, the low, 212.20. So on this day, the price comes and consolidates and sells weak. So it kind of looks like a short setup continuation. The next day we test again. You know this name is oversold, right? So you should be expecting both actions. So we test 220 on this day, stop exactly at 220, then break above, fade, test again, small pullback, breakout, and this is a very good area. I'm talking about how you could make 27R on this play, swinging overnight. Finally, we break in. So you sometimes I say, don't be the first person buy the breakout. You bought? Okay, well, your stop got to be below the day or some prior level. If you put your stop below this small pivot point, you would get stopped out, right? You always can re-enter, right? But different topic. The first breakout didn't work. The second kind of didn't work. But the third one, making a new high right this compared to this one and consolidating above the level 212. This is a buy entry right here at 213. Stop in this context, tiny. Why? Because 212, it's a bigger time frame level. We're finally clearing this level. Stop goes right here, 211, entry 213. I think even I talk about stop 212. Look at this, already 235, and I think we will continue to go higher on this name. All right, PDD. I do like the bounce of 200 here on PDD. Earnings came out, possible continuation. So let's see what we're gonna do around this level, 127s. DBX on a watch. We played swing, I think, in one of these days somewhere here. Earnings were okay. Now, what kind of expectation I have from this name? We had a channel consolidation, broke. Now we're pulling back down. So we either gonna have stage 2 accumulation on higher levels, stage 2 accumulation on higher levels. So it might take some time, or we might offer some short setup here. So I'm just watching this name. I think it's a good company. All right, Futu Financial. I do like this defined level 119.35. As you can see, we rejected, tested again. Close strong, right? Very nice closure here. So let's see what we're gonna do around 120. Rite Aid, it got beaten down. So honestly, it had a couple interesting news coming on this one. One bank, it's downgrades, another upgrades. Every time I see this, when different analysts, different banks doing different news, I feel like there's a fight going on between those institutions, between shorts and longs. So I like shorting this name and I like playing long. I just want to see the price action. The earnings come in on this on 15th. So we definitely lost this pivot point. We lost some, levels. People underwater on this name, right? Right. Next pivot point is around 1531. So from the prior 2 days, so on this day, let me zoom in on a 1 hour chart. We tried to make a new high or closed above this 1940. We could not. We could not close. The next hour, we also couldn't do it. We faded. It's still too soon to say, but if the weakness will be presenting here the next like 2-3 days and we start turning the corner slowly, it might be a good short all the way back to 1630 or long above 1975, I would say 1980, back to the top of the window 23s. All right, Momo sold nicely, earnings came out, nothing to worry about. Meantime, nice volume came. Bullish candle, very clean level. Look at this, we bounce off this level 1, 2, 3 times. 1360. When you see some sort of price action, especially on a nice volume, it tells you what? There is a limit buyer sitting there. Could be hedge fund, institution, a lot of big money coming in here and doesn't let it go down. That's it, simple as that. So that's your stop going below 1360. And you play at this level back to where we came from, 1647s probably. All right, RTX. This one is very strong. Aerospace, as you can see. Overall on daily, so much relative strength here. So I put a few levels. We kind of have this established channel from the prior day between 77.80 and 76.67. So I want to see what we're going to do around 78 and play all the way back to $80. So stop has to be small. from the prior day level. You either put your stop below 77 or 76.50, because if you start playing bigger swing lows right here, this is bad risk to reward. You gotta be risking like $4 here to make like $1.50 or $2. It doesn't make sense. So mitigate your stop in this context. If this price show the strength and ready to go to the prior day, the stop's got to be to the prior day. All right, FBHS also strong. Look at this consolidation for since August. This is a ridiculous consolidation. I think we're ready. It's all-time high. I think we're ready to go. Breaking these levels, closing above. So I want to see breakout, continuation run, or pullback and rejection. So there's always three patterns you can play in the market, the whole entire market: breakout, bounce, or fake move, right? So here we play in the breakout. It might form fake move, a fade from there, or might play the bounce, go up, and then go back to 93 and 92, and we play the bounce, right? Procter Gamble, very strong. Look at this. Levels we had from this area, we faded after earnings. Pretty nice recovery. I didn't watch this name, but this was a very nice buy of 129.90. As you can see, that was the prior resistance, and then on this day right here, you could be buying at end of the day because we closed. Talking about what day is this? 22nd on this day. So right here, end of the day, you could be buying it right here. Very nice consolidation, closing above the level. Very tiny stop, probably right here around 129. Very nice, clean risk to reward. So first target hit, another consolidation on the high. We have room to run back to the highs. Baidu, you know, I guess the bounce was decent here on Baidu. The range $22. Very nice stopping volume, double, triple bottom here of the 5 minutes, and look at this run up. So I just want to see a continuation on this name or something, maybe another test. I think it's worth buying it here and testing, applying this all the way back to, 230s or something. Can earnings come in on this name tomorrow? Just watching, want to see earnings play on this. Clean levels. As you can see, very clean levels, and it has a nice range as well. TME and Diska, there's no plan for me on these names. They've been really hot for sell-off, just watching and want to see if they're going to offer some nice support resistant plays. All right, that's my list, guys. Do you have any questions? Yep, the quality on YouTube is better, dude. I agree with you.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, that's why. I don't know. I pay for Discord, but it takes some time, especially when I change pictures. It takes time to get this latency, fixed. So let me see. Naveen posted something there. Naveen, do you want to jump and break down your names?
Hey, give me a couple of minutes, man. I'm trying to move from my phone to my computer.
All right, no problems.
I'll jump in a minute.
No problems. So let me see. Somebody else shared a few charts here, and I had a question. Let me see, guys. GTA. All right. GTA, talking about Facebook being bullish. I played Facebook to the downside. Again, if you go to setup sections, I explained the reason why I played Facebook short. That was actually a really good play. I don't know what we're going to do on Facebook right now. Just look for these levels. Prior resistance supports, 288s. If you're going to reject this level, maybe it's going to be another short to the downside. But we're coming to kind of like half point of this run. It also could be a bullish setup. if we provide enough support around 277s. All right, another name he talks about Snapchat. Nice sell-off on Snap, right? I think he can snap, yeah. He can snap it back. So nice volume, kind of free bar play right here. Accumulation closing on a high. Yeah, Snapchat looking interesting above 50 right here. I would say, let's see the clean level. So yeah, I would say above the prior day closure, 51.60. Snapchat looks interesting tomorrow for day trading, guys. Actually, all the way back to 54.72. So I'll put Snapchat on watch. I do like it. Earnings coming on April 20th. 420. Good day. All right, JP Morgan. Let's see. Financials being hot. JP Morgan consolidating here. So this low. This low. We're pushing right now to this window. Not my favorite. I think it can go. It's just not my favorite. I like buying off the bottoms or breakout and retest or bounces or fake moves. So, and a few more he's talking about NEE bearish. NEE bearish. I mean, yeah, it looks a little bit bearish. Our lower high is still intact, but we kind of squeezing a little bit, right? A little bit of wedge going on here. This is a prior pivot point. This one closing right on a high of that pivot point. Maybe it's gonna make a fake breakout and just fade from there. So it's not my favorite name. CM is another one. CM is a banking name, right? Canadian Imperial Bank. Nice run on this name. So he's talking about bearish. All right. So let's look at the levels here. It's a good example. So we made a high on this one day. Then the next day we stepped down, close right here. So this is going to be a good level actually. So shake out to the long side, not a shakeout, but we trapped longs here. The next day we tried to make a new high. Again, we probably trapped more longs here, and then at some point even sold. People took profits from this area probably. This day we couldn't make a new high. We not only couldn't make a new high, we couldn't close higher. So we closed on a low. It's already first signal of reversal. The run was pretty good, 55 to 100, pretty much double. So on this day we tested make a new high, but trapped some people. So yes, I think this is going to be a nice sell-off on this name. It's slowly turning the corner. Look at this volume coming in here, especially dividend day. This is indication of direction. So direction's pointing down, the volume confirming. So I think we're going to turn the corner on this name. Probably all the way back if you want to play for a longer term, kind of back to $90. Not longer term, maybe like a couple weeks hold or something. All the way to $90. That's a prior pivot point, consolidation on a high, breakout. Yeah, this one looks interesting. Let's add to the watch. And the reason I like watching something like this, because it's easy to understand the levels, what games they play. You see what I mean? It's easy to understand how people get trapped. What money entering, what's exiting. We're turning the corner right now, right? You can look for patterns, like see. It's a little bit like whatever, bear flag, whatever they call it. The breakdown. So yeah, let's see follow through on this name. The stop got to be probably towards this area. Um, Ideally 101.15, but I would probably mitigate to 175s from this area when we had a breakdown. All right, Naveen, are you here?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So let me, you want me to share my screen or I can just
Because
speak?
we're on YouTube, you can talk about names. I can pull them.
Yeah, let me just do that. It makes it easier, I think, then. So I think, as you very well know, stock operator, a lot of my swing trading and even day trading names, I think, are largely more focused around growth stocks. I feel like I just want to focus on a few areas or certain segments and just know more about those stocks, and there's always opportunities there. So I think a lot of what I put there, I think, are around those themes, right? So if you look at the semiconductor equipment space, seems to be a pretty strong space right now and going forward.
Yep.
Obviously, the semiconductor manufacturers are still lagging, right? Like AMD and MU, they're probably still lagging. I think like AMD has really beaten up. I think they've been beaten up over the past month or so, and probably testing 200 moving average right now, or maybe even lost it last week. But a couple of things like AMAT and LRCX, I think, are a couple that I feel really good about. And if you look at the daily on those, like especially LRCX, I like when the stock is moving in a very narrow range, which it did, I think, for almost a week there, holding those moving averages. Like there's 21, 50, 65, they all came in. And it was, I think it kind of went below 65 and it was immediately bought back up. And you can see that's the institutions controlling the price. They were soaking it up. And I think Friday it had a really great day as well. Closed, I think, like 6% up or whatever. So it gives me a lot of opportunity, I think, to place the risk right below the moving averages and see where it pushes out. Relative strength is really strong. Same with AMAT. AMAT's probably a little bit of a leader, I think, than LRCX. So I would probably get in on LRCX to start with because AMAT's already a little bit extended. So that's one. And then I think a couple of things like eBay is one of them that I like. I think when you look at the eBay chart on the daily, and over the past month or so, obviously there's not a whole lot to do for growth investing, like growth stocks. So I was just watching kind of how some of these stocks are acting when the market's selling off, right? Like Tesla is actually leading the selling. But then things like eBay, stocks like DKNG to an extent, are kind of staying flat or not selling off as on par with other growth stocks. They're actually holding up well, right? So I think when you read like Minervini and some of these guys, they kind of use the example of trying to hold a basketball under the water. And the moment you let go, it just flies out, right? So that's kind of how I see the same thing with both eBay and DKNG. eBay I particularly like because it actually, a lot of these stocks lost their 50, 65, and even like 200, and they're still underneath those averages. But eBay, I think, is actually, it reclaimed all of those averages. It came back and retested all those, and it looks pretty strong. So, and not to mention, I think a month before that, they had really strong earnings, and I think it sold off because of the broader weakness. So I like eBay. DKNG is a little spotty, but I don't mind. I took a starter position. I already had a starter position, I think, on Friday morning when it sold off. So we'll see where it goes. But I'm generally reopening theme type thing, right? So those are probably kind of what I'm looking at, I think, for this coming week. And then a few others, like I love PLTR. I know you're a big fan. Right now, it's a great risk to reward. Like anything below 21, like you risk it. Very, very high probability of massive returns. So I like PLTR. NEO also is good. I think it's a little bit oversold. I think combination of Chinese names being oversold and some chip shortage type stuff that they use to move it down. So I like both. I have a position in pins a little bit around 67, another strong name, but we'll see where it goes. Upstart is one of my favorites. I think I got an entry, I think around 105. I missed obviously the big gap up from earnings, but this is like igniting a new wave of next leg up. I think it's very strong earnings. They projected, I think, a very massive growth, I think, going forward as well. UPST. So if it comes back to 115, I would buy it. I'm sorry?
What are they doing?
They're like a financial, in some ways, they kind of compete with, what is that meme stock, RKT? So they're like in financial services, like, think of it like a fintech, right? Financial technology.
Cloud-based artificial intelligence lending platform. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So with real estate, obviously, that's another tailwinds, right? Like real estate, strong real estate inventory and tight inventory and more people buying, interest rates low, all of those kind of add to it. But just as a company itself, they're very, very pretty strong. Because you can see that over the past 2 days, like it sold off after, it doubled or tripled, I think, in 10 or 20 days. And obviously profit taking, and people immediately bought it back up, like from 105 to 140 or wherever it ended up on Friday. So if it comes near 115, 120, I'll absolutely keep adding to that. Not planning on selling anytime soon. So unless it goes like 80 or something, we'll see. And then I think you may have covered Airbnb, right? Airbnb, yeah, I mean, I don't know if people are not appreciating the reopening value of the stock, but it's a good stock. If it's retesting the IPO base right now, if it shows relative strength, I want to get in on it. So we'll see where it goes. Something I'm watching.
Yep.
And I know Bumble is another thing. I don't know if you covered it. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I like Airbnb too, and it's a recovery play, right? I'm a person who only actually using Airbnb. I don't stay in the hotels anymore because it's way better options, and
Yeah. No, we're all like, I'm sure all of us are doing, right? We're planning like summer trips and all that, and everything's gotten expensive. Like flight tickets are super expensive, and it's hard to find hotels, and people want to move out. And Airbnb, I feel like more people start listing on it, right? There's more opportunity now, I think, for making money. They'll start listing more on Airbnb, and it's a new IPO. So I feel like if you look at the stock there on the daily, it's right at the bottom of the IPO base.
Airbnb?
So it's IPO base. Yeah, Airbnb.
So the IPO, yeah, it is. It's testing. I'm watching these two levels on Airbnb, 174 to 179. It's building very tight consolidation right now. With fake move down, I want to see closure above 180. I'm a buyer above 180. I already tried playing once, right here, and get shakeout right here. So let's see if we go above about 180.
Yeah. And Bumble is also the same thing. I like the moat, as they call it. There's obviously many dating apps in the market, but I feel like Bumble offers a lot more than just dating and in that space generally. Again, this is like these are the things I want to enter a starter position, low position, have a wide stop, see where it goes. If it stops me out, so be it. But I wanted to maybe start adding to my position. So I feel like this may be a point where I can open a starter position in the next week or so. A lot of the portfolio managers that are focused on growth have been buying it. I'm sure they were all stopped out.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Very good. Might take a few days to consolidate.
Pointed to Baidu, so those are good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, might take a few days to consolidate in this range between 60. Ideally, you want to see the retest of this low we just made it. Ideally, but this is
during the last hour, right? During the last hour, right? BKNG was selling off, not being bought.
Talking about
BKNG. eBay was also selling. That's why it's bearish.
Yeah, but it's really nice close on BKNG above the level.
The flow is showing that they are selling. It's not showing that they are buying. Because the whole market is showing the buying, right? So it's just being bought up by the market. It's not being bought up by the main players. You'll see on Monday during the open.
Right.
If it opens low or it opens high. If it opens low, just wait for the bounce. Just wait for the bounce.
Yeah, I'm open-minded pretty much to
I'm telling you that
any kind of
eBay
action.
and DKNG is still bearish. It's still bearish. That's all I can say. The rest are all okay. Still okay. That's all I can say.
What was the other names? Baidu and Futu, Chinese place. Yeah, yeah, those two.
Yeah, so you had Baidu, I think that's Baidu has the it dropped to 175 and you saw what happened. It was just I don't know, it looks like some guy who had to liquidate his Chinese focused funds or something. At least that's what the rumor is.
That was
But
Morgan Stanley.
okay, yeah, I don't know if I
It
thought
was
like Goldman
news.
Sachs or
They
somebody
sold
else.
like a ton.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm open minded on this as well. Like you were saying earlier on Baidu, I think that there's a and Futu is also good. You know, they're actually online brokerage in China, right? So
Yep.
which is a pretty if the stock markets keep going up, more people, like Robinhood's going IPO, and imagine like Robinhood of China. So it's going to be pretty crazy, I would imagine. But pretty strong earnings for both of these. Like I think Futu is like 50 or 100% growth projected in the next year or so.
Agree.
So definitely want to get in, I think, at some point as I can.
Agree.
But yeah, I think those are kind of the things. Again, my goal is to look for tight, consolidation ranges to enter using moving averages as my stop loss basis. And then, some of these strong growth businesses, I'm willing to overpay for it, in exchange for massive returns. But my entry would be smaller with a wide stop loss because of their volatility.
Yeah, that's true, and that's one of the where's my rules? Scratch back. One of the rules I have, not only timing entry, quality products, room to run, expose yourself progressively. It applies to day trading, guys, and swing trading. Expose progressively. Once you see, let's look at Futu, good example. You have a defined level 119. We reject it. On this day, you should make a homework already plan. Continuation sell-off or retest the next day, two ways. On this day, you see the reject, you put a small position short, expose progressively, move down, momentum, add to your position, pop, retest, closing week, add another, and then, same with swings, expose progressively. Jeez. All right. So, any questions, guys?
Hey, stock operator.
Go ahead.
Stock operator. You remember the S-Fix that we were looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went down, right? I think it's a good buy.
Looking interesting. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's looking really good there. It's really, really good. The probability is very high. Very high.
RSI turning the corner, MACD is about to turn the corner, and
Yeah, I
stochastic
only
slow.
play with probabilities, man. I don't look at charts.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, that is a high probability trade, man.
So let's
I think I will take it. I will take that trade, man. On Monday. By the way, I think you should also look at short trades as well, because I have a bad feeling about Monday.
Which one is that?
I think you should suggest like 3 bear trades, 3 short trades, like 3 short trades and 3 long trades, or going into next week.
Yes, Stitch Fix actually. This is one of the playbooks we're talking about too. After earnings,
I think it's good for. I really, really think S-Fix is really good for a long side. Like really, really good. Looking really, really strong. It's really very strong. The equity flow, the ratio, the options flow, everything is so strong. It's very strong.
I like this as Stitch Fix, by the way. You see, that's a teamwork, guys. That's a teamwork. You see? That's how we do it here. Finding plays together. This is really good.
Hey, I tell you, bro. I tell you one more. Look at JPM.
Which one?
JPM.
JP Morgan? I don't like it. I don't know.
Short, bro. Short. Not long lah. Not everything is long, bro. We must have short positions.
Oh, you're talking about short. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because it's overextended. It's really, and look at that candle. Look at that 2 candles. It's really very interesting.
So let's look at this. So this was the run. We made a stop right here. This is a level. So let's analyze. So I like doing analysis of levels. So after this point, we sold, we tested, unable to break it, unable to make a new high, shake out, people get trapped here, finally closing, making a move. So this is a new high we're making here. Selling after that. On this day, big trap for longs. We trapped a lot of people. Shake out.
I might be
both
wrong.
directions.
I don't know, man. I feel bearish on this, man.
What I want to see, look, we back above this pivot point right now. What I really want to see is more confirmation. So far, possibility that we in a stage 2, another stage 2, and we're getting ready for another ramp up, stage 2A, right? Maybe it's a stage 3 distribution, and we gonna do lower pivot point, a lower high, and then start turning the corners. So yeah, I mean, worth watching for kind of for these levels. All right. So what we had, 1 hour. Good class today, guys. A lot of things on watch. So let's see what Marky gonna present to us. If you don't have any questions, well, let's call the day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Monday, same time.
All right. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, take care.
Bye.